You're watching Brilliant but Cancelled all December on Trio.
Tonight from Hollywood, Murphy Brown's Faith Ford unlocks the door to television shows that were meant to be weekly TV series.
You know that for a fact.
But never made it beyond one episode.
Good heavens, I suddenly feel very, very naked.
These are some of the wildest shows that Hollywood TV producers could ever dream up.
I told you he's an invisible chimp.
You'll see loads of familiar faces before they hit it big. And after they were big already.
And so be it.
Amazing clips chock full of stars, big stars, Academy Award-winning stars, disturbed children, klutzy dogs, scary monsters, monster trucks, cavemen, clones, painting and all that running around stuff, psycho killers, guns and more guns, daring feats of heroism, male bonding, female bonding, spills, chills, thrills, natural disasters, supernatural disasters, gangsters, fast cars and foxy ladies, cowboys, robots, and go-go dancers, kung fu fighting for the whole family, trips beyond infinity, and Sammy. Yes, it's all this and more in The Greatest Shows You Never Saw.
Hi, I'm Faith Ford. Tonight we'll discover some of the most fascinating TV you never saw. We have found the most amazing pilots that never made it to series from every TV genre. Awesome crime shows, hilarious sitcoms, bizarre game shows, and some of your favorite stars as you've never seen them before. Plus, we found some shows that are so odd, well, when you see them, you'll know what I mean. It's all here, locked away in the catacombs of television history. We're in, so stay tuned.
The faces you know, the shows you don't. Every night in December, Trio brings you critically acclaimed series too daring for television. Ernie Kovacs, the first comic genius of TV. He was unpredictable, insane, and way ahead of his time. Ernie Kovacs premieres all next week at 11 Eastern. Part of Brilliant but Cancelled, only in December, only on Trio. We're back with Brilliant but Cancelled, only in December, only on Trio.
What's her name?
Mia.
Mia.
She used to be an actress.
Oh, really? Did she do anything out of scene?
I think her biggest deal was she starred in a pilot.
Pilot? What's a pilot?
Well, you know the shows on TV?
I don't watch TV.
Yeah, but you are aware that there's an invention called television, and on this invention they show shows, right?
Yeah.
Well, the way they pick TV shows is they make one show. That show's called a pilot. Then they show that one show to the people who pick shows. And on the strength of that one show, they decide if they want to make more shows. Some get chosen and become television programs. Some don't. Become nothing.
Did you get that? Basically, a pilot is sort of a test, an experiment to see if a show has the potential to become the next big series. Now, you might be surprised to know that even the pilots for TV's most successful shows were sometimes different from the shows they eventually became. TV producers often find it necessary to change characters or storylines in order for their shows to succeed. Let's take a look. You'll see what I mean.
Hello, Uncle Herman.
Hello, Marilyn.
In the first pilot for The Munsters, Fred Gwynne and Al Lewis originated the roles that made them famous.
Could use some fresh blood in this family.
But before Yvonne DiCarlo played Herman's wife, Lily, Joan Marshall played Herman's more ghoulish wife, Phoebe. And in a more drastic contrast, before Butch Patrick personified the all-American boy werewolf Eddie, child actor Happy Durman had a very different, rather more disturbed take on the character.
You never let me have any fun. I'm going to hold my breath and turn myself back into a toad. You're always picking on me. That's all you ever do is pick on me. You're always picking on me, too. You never talk that way to Marilyn.
Wilma, when are we going shopping?
As
soon as I serve His Majesty's lunch.
This rough cartoon pilot, titled The Flagstones, was close to the classic it would eventually become, but only after Fred, Wilma, Barney, and Betty were given slightly new looks and a few new voices.
Barney boy, you're making it tough to be friends.
No use wasting the lunch.
The Wonderful World of Wilbur Pope.
While I'm looking right at you, will you let me hear you say something?
Say what?
Look familiar? Producer George Burns assured the sponsors it could be improved.
I think this can be the #1 television show. And your agency, when they saw this picture, they agreed with us. But they asked us to get stronger personalities to play the two leads. And we really hit the jackpot.
And hit the jackpot they did. The new title, Mr. Ed. After all, he, not Wilbur, was the real star.
Now, while I'm looking right at you, say something.
Like what?
Anything.
How now, brown cow.
So, the big question is, what happens to all those pilots that never become series? Behind this door are some of the most incredible shows that you have never seen. And tonight, for the first time, we'll discover some of television's best-kept secrets. Follow me. In this vault, there are over 3,000 unsold television pilots, series that never found their way into your living room. So many shows. Where to begin? Sitcoms. Right up my alley. Since the beginning of television, families have been a favorite subject for situation comedies. From the Cramdens, to the Bunkers, to the Keatons. Every week, we become part of their lives. But now let's introduce some families that you never got a chance to know.
No sitcom family was ever clumsier than when Jonathan Daly played the head of a clumsy family in The Clumsies.
Professor Cooper, I don't see anything funny about man's imperviousness to the pain of his fellow man.
Did you ever see The Three Stooges?
Before hitting it big in Honeymoon in Vegas, Square Peg star Sarah Jessica Parker squared off against the Zinger King himself, Alan King, on The Alan King Show.
Hi, Dad.
Making for the sassiest father-daughter relationship ever to grace the halls of academia.
You know why I love you? Because you and I are exactly alike.
Oh, no, we're not. I have a plate of chocolate chip cookies.
What does Brady Bunch creator Sherwood Schwartz, plus Bob Denver, plus some of the most troublesome tots in the neighborhood equal? It equals the daffiest daycare center you ever saw. It equals scamps.
Hey, you guys, come here. I got a plan.
And leading this unruly pack was none other than future teen heartthrob Joey Lawrence, delivering a performance that would make the little rascal Spanky McFarlane proud.
Because it's a free country, that's why. I think Butts can say anything he wants. Me too.
I am not now or have I ever been involved in the rackets. Do you get it?
Hey, come on, Bob. You're talking to FICO.
I know. That's why I'm talking so slow.
The Bellinis, a warm-hearted saga about a close-knit Italian-American mafia family, came from none other than Albert S. Ruddy, producer of The Godfather.
I bought one of those suits at the discount clothing store, the kind that you see on TV, you know. I got a $70 suit for $30, but when I went to pick up the suit, they'd measured the legs too short, you know. It looked like I had little pants on. Well, I couldn't take it back. They wouldn't fix it.
Well, what do you want me to do?
Throw acid in their face, break their legs, burn the store down, torch the whole block if you have to.
It was a crime this show never made it on the air. An organized crime.
What
astronaut finds a genie, a nun discovers she can fly, and a mother comes back from the dead as a car. Situation comedy has never shied away from the bizarre, and these attempts are no exception.
The Invisible Woman. It's Gilligan again, Bob Denver, playing an absent-minded scientist who creates a potion that makes his niece invisible. And before she gets invisible, so does a chimp.
Chuck, I told you he's an invisible chimp.
I don't care what it is. I don't like invisible things in my hair.
Ghost of a Chance.
Mario? Ooh, can I have an end-piece? Can I have an end-piece?
Shortly before Cheers, Shelley Long played a newlywed haunted by the ghost of her first husband. Had the show gone to series, she may not have been able to accept the role that made her famous. 13 13th Avenue, the address of an apartment building with some pretty scary residents.
I'm a werewolf.
I'm a witch. I'm a vampire.
And the superintendent is a troll.
Fight the wall, troll.
And Star Trek's Will Wheaton played the kid who thought everything was great.
All right, Melinda, that was great.
Take Me to Your Leader. This alien extravaganza was created the year after the successful debut of My Favorite Martian.
Yowie!
And it wasn't just the laughs that flew.
They were traveling salesmen from Venus. And what's more, they left me some samples.
Will you get this idiot away from me?
They gave me these pills that make it possible for a man to fly.
It is absolutely impossible for a human being to fly.
We'll be back at 2 o'clock. Mr. Henry?
But always at the heart of sitcoms are ordinary, lovable characters we embrace like old friends. Sam and Diane, Bridget and Bernie, Chico and the Man, or the orphan and the dude.
With this lovable odd couple, comedy knew no bounds. The dude was always getting the orphan, a shy gas station attendant, into all sorts of nutty situations. Like the time he bought the orphan a $300 watch.
Where'd you get $300?
I just put $15 down, and it's $20 a month for 18 months.
How are you going to pay for that?
Me? I ain't gonna pay for it. It's your watch.
And leave it to the dude to know how to strike back when someone drives off without paying for his gas.
He ripped me off. I gotta pay for that gas myself.
No, you don't. He'll be back.
Why would he come back?
Because he forgot this.
You're too much.
Yeah, I'm something else.
To your health, to your happiness, to the beauty. It runs the entire length of your body.
Beverly Hills Cop's Judge Reinhold played against his timid, polite boy-next-door image to play a loutish, sexist pig in this sitcom.
Why is your hand on my breast?
The hilarity was relentless as this pesky groper created endless opportunities for a lot of old-fashioned battle of the sexes fun.
Get your hands off of me!
Look, you're gonna have to learn the difference between mopping a spill and copping a feel.
Perhaps it was the network which gave this show its apt title, Never Again.
Are we almost finished?
Not quite. Disguised as an episode of Murder, She Wrote, this pilot featured a pre-politically incorrect Bill Maher.
You know that for a fact.
And our very own Faith Ford.
You're not serious.
As bumbling husband and wife, Private Eyes.
Ugh.
Despite Faith pulling out all the stops.
Stick around, she'll guess your weight.
And Bill ladling on the charm.
Won't you roll me over and get me a shirt, please?
That was all she wrote for these would-be moonlighters.
This isn't going to look good on your resume.
When we come back, we'll take a look at the gritty side of TV. I'm talking about cops and crime fighters. Yeah.
I'm a better cop with 4 legs than you'll ever be with 2. I'll have you know I did not enjoy that.
The faces you know, the shows you don't. All December, Trio presents Brilliant But Canceled, a month of great TV the network's canceled.
Networks also are much quicker to cancel shows, not to let them evolve.
Every weekend, a Trio original gives you an exclusive look inside the life of a show, from creation to cancellation. followed by a network series too daring to last.
Every one of those suckers in that commissary would have had a little taste of Peter Dragon. But you know what, Manny? That's just me.
Brilliant but canceled. Only in December, only on Trio. We're back with Brilliant but canceled. Only in December, only on Trio.
The good guy, the cop, the private dick. For years we watched them fight the villains. But what about those heroes who were only allowed one thrilling episode to restore justice to civilization and make the world a safer place? We'll find them now in that dark alley of the law and the lawless. A place where some men stand alone.
Well, what do we have here? Roy Rogers?
Looks like Halloween came early this year.
Max Baer, renowned for his role as Jethro on the Beverly Hillbillies, played Max Culpepper, a private dick with a steely stare, a swift kick, and a cool wit only Dirty Harry could match.
Now, what you gotta ask yourself, punk, is if I can handle all 7 of them at one time, how bad I'm gonna stomp you now that you're alone.
Knievel, come tomorrow, we're gonna run you out of that arena.
Evel Knievel, stuntman supreme, setting records, thrilling crowds, and now battling the worst evil of all, crime. Jake and the Fat Man's Joe Penny starred in Samurai, the story of a warrior and his sword, a versatile weapon for which the crime fighter found many different uses, with the exception of actually inflicting any bodily harm. For that, he had his truck. Shelley Fabre. She might be Miss Goody Two-Shoes on Coach, but she was one P.O. divorcee, leading a pack of vigilante housewives, solving murders, and looking for Mr. Right in Suburban Beat.
Why are the good ones always married, gay, or felons?
Pity the philandering felons who dared to cross this vice-hating homemaker. And don't ever cross Nick Derringer, P.I. His motto, no case too small. He might be little, but he kicks big ass. But sometimes one's not enough when you're in a jam. When the chips are down, you need someone covering your back. We're talking Starsky and Hutch. We're talking Cagney and Lacey. We're talking Fuzz Brothers. Starring Felton Perry and Academy Award winner Lou Gossett Jr. as two streetwise, jive-talking super cops.
What time is it, Lou?
It must be about lunchtime. Now where we go eat?
How come all you ever think about is food? I mean, don't you ever dig on books or nothing like that?
Don't be jiving me, Francis.
Hager wants me to believe that the fist is somewhere here in the Van der Lacken collection.
But if you're a wrongdoer, watch out. Because nobody strikes fear in the hearts of criminals more than crime-fighting antique dealers Vincent Price and Peter Lorre. If it had taken off, Collector's Item would have blasted through TV screens with four-fisted action, like only these two movie veterans could duke out. Captain Kirk and Mr. Spock battled the forces of darkness in space, Star Trek creator Gene Roddenberry brought it to the streets with Captain Page and Mr. Quester.
You okay?
It's all right, just a little numb.
And before he was Dr. Bones McCoy, DeForest Kelley cut his teeth as Dr. Charlie Green, a crack medical examiner who never took no guff.
Yes, I want fingerprints.
And in a world besieged by psycho scum, no team of specialists can handle a crisis like the men and women at the Crisis Center in Crisis.
Dr. Chandler, what can I do?
You can't stop me now, Shrink.
You'll listen to me, please. Now,
No, it's too late. I can't be stopped. Do you hear that? I can't be stopped.
But when the job can only be done one way, the Kung Fu way, who you gonna call but the Man of the Dragon? These dudes are so bad, even their chicks get into the action, laying waste every vermin who ever set foot on the face of the planet. Gene Hackman, winner, Best Actor in The French Connection, and following in his footsteps.
I love New York.
Married with Children's Ed O'Neill as Popeye Doyle.
They're shooting at us!
I'll handle this.
I'm not a car thief. I'm an actor. Follow me!
In this spoof, co-written by Conan O'Brien and executive produced by Saturday Night Live creator Lorne Michaels, Batman himself, Adam West, played Lookwell, an actor once known for his role as a TV detective.
You know, I remember Banachek. That was a great show.
No, I wasn't Banachek. That was George Peppard. I was Bannigan.
Brannigan?
No, that was Hugh O'Brien. I was Bannigan.
Oh, right. You had the black secretary.
No, that was Mannix. I had a sheepdog.
Now struggling in his career, Lookwell has delusions that he's a real crime fighter.
Honorary Crime Stopper, 1972. I don't know, Mr. Lookwell.
That was presented to me at a formal ceremony in Television City.
Aiding the police, though in actuality he is a hindrance to them.
His car was part of a sting operation tonight. Of course, that's all ruined now.
Sting operation?
The museum lot was targeted as a prime strike zone, and his car was bait.
Prime strike zone?
Unlike Police Squad, a similar crime show spoof which inspired the Naked Gun movies, Lookwell wasn't even allowed 6 episodes.
If you need me again, here's my headshot.
I just thought you'd like to know that Matt's up top putting his tank on. He's got that little yellow net with him.
He was dumb in Dumb and Dumber. But before that, Jeff Daniels was smart and smarmy as a hotshot cowboy scuba diver in Catalina Sea Lab.
Can't believe you're going to drive by that without checking it out.
Oh, yeah.
Though he deactivated unexploded mines and battled killer seals, the network's reason for sinking this one is still a mystery.
Probably spots a character flaw the rest of us miss.
Nick, what I got you're gonna love.
What I'd love is a breakfast that doesn't cringe when I attack it.
Kojak's Telly Savalas traded in his badge for a briefcase to play butt-kicking barrister Nick Hellinger in Hellinger's Law.
I mean, are we to assume, like the clandestine communiques of Mission Impossible, that it just went poof and self-destructed?
Whether joking with the jury or pouncing on the prosecution.
Counselor, but she certainly is Eloise McIntyre. Or can't you tell the difference?
Nick always found time to stay in shape and charm the ladies.
What happened to your hair?
Oh, I must have left it at home again. Good heavens, I suddenly feel very, very naked.
You shouldn't be self-conscious. Baldness is a sign of virility.
Oh, I certainly hope so.
In my own mind, I'm convinced it was
some dope-crazed burglar who surprised Norma and George Cushing and shot his way out.
William Shatner, the quintessential actor's actor, proves in Indict and Convict that the greatest acting is reacting. As an accused wife killer, the inner turmoil played across his face in a portrayal so nuanced, the mere eating of a breath mint said volumes. Showing great restraint, he saved his powerful instrument for the climax.
If you had the courage of your convictions, you would have followed through.
An explosive tour de force in which he condemned the network for not keeping the show on the air.
Believe it or not, there are people out there who don't agree with your verdict. And they're going to think that when it got down to the nitty-gritty, you blinked.
But for every door that closes, another one opens. Indict and Convict's loss would soon prove to be T.J. Hooker's gain.
And so be it.
We'll be back with more of the greatest shows you never saw.
You're watching Brilliant but Canceled. Only in December, only on Trio. The faces you know, the shows you don't. Every night in December, Trio brings you critically acclaimed series too daring for television. United States was TV's first dramedy.
I blew it by getting married and having kids.
Tom Shales from the Washington Post calls it bright, daring, innovative.
Would you have broken it off if I hadn't found out?
Beau Bridges, Helen Shaver in a series canceled before its time. United States premieres all this week at 7:30 Eastern. Part of Brilliant but Canceled, only on Trio. We're back with Brilliant but Canceled, only in December, only on Trio.
Now, Gilligan's Island inspired a genre all its own in the annals of unsolved pilots. People stranded on a tropical island. So sit back and prepare to be cast away.
This is your captain speaking. We're going to have to execute an emergency landing in the water.
While Gilligan's Island had a mere 7 castaways, Lost Flight starring Lloyd Bridges staggered audiences with over 100.
Why don't you just get on that radio and tell those rescue teams where we are?
This 1970 attempt, however, was less its comic predecessor and more an adult version of Lord of the Flies.
I'm in charge here.
I don't remember you being elected king of this island.
When civilization is left behind, these people regress to savagery, and everybody is always fighting everybody, not unlike the Men of the Dragon. But if at first you don't succeed, try again, though with a slightly different variation. In Stranded, it was less man against man than man against nature, culminating in Jimmy McNichol and his faithful dog locking horns with the deadly lagoon creature.
Okay, Tim? It was an eel, a moray.
But still, this idea remains stranded.
Will you knock it off? You're scaring the sucker fish.
So how best to rescue it? Rethink it yet again. Forget about all this man against nature malarkey. Crash Island depicted an island utopia. And utopia wouldn't be complete without Meadowlark Lemon and a whole bunch of kids. But inexplicably, even this love fest did not succeed, and the desert island themes were finally once and for all cast away. For now, at least. And speaking of islands...
Just a matter of knowing where to place your bet.
Before he presided over Fantasy Island as the suave Mr. Rourke, Ricardo Montalban presided over Batista's Island as the suave Tio Martinez in Tonight in Havana.
Do you like my diamond?
They're beautiful.
You're not looking at the jewels.
That is a matter of definition.
Varsity USA. The concept for this proposed variety series was simple. Each week, host Bennett Cerf
Hello, I'm Bennett Cerf.
would travel to a different university to show us the best in college varsity entertainment.
The day's gone when the only thing a varsity show had to offer was the sight of 200-pound football players cavorting about in the frills and furbelows of a chorus girl.
There's Honey O'Brien. All you have to do is mention her to make each male New Yorker swoon.
Just take a chance in your wonderful dancing shoes.
What university will you go to now, Mr. Cerf? Well, next we're going down to the University of Pennsylvania for the famous Mask and Wig show. And I hope you're all going to join us there.
One can only imagine.
Many visionaries of the cinema, from John Ford to Woody Allen, have worked in television. And yes, these film masters have created pilots that sadly were never to be. Tonight we look at two such filmmakers whose works always bear their distinctive personal styles. First up, the legendary director of Citizen Kane, Orson Welles.
You've heard of a tiger orchid and a man-eating tiger. What, have you ever heard of a man-eating tiger orchid?
The Orson Welles Show would have been comprised of dramatizations of classic tales, including books by Kipling and H.G. Wells, as well as episodes devoted to magic, interviews, readings, and whatever else Wells wanted to do.
By now, Humphrey really had to go back to Vienna to continue his researches with Wingelberg. Wingel who? Asked Caroline. Berg, said Humphrey. Berg. The Wingelberg, the greatest of all authorities on the ductless glands.
The pilot, though hailed by critics for its inventive directing and honored with the Peabody Award of Excellence, was rejected by the networks because they felt it was too sophisticated. It was, according to Variety, unceremoniously dumped. Wells was never hired again to direct anything in Hollywood.
Till then, I remain, as always, obediently yours.
And now, going from the sublime to the ridiculous, let's take a look at a pilot from Ed Wood, who was considered by many to be the worst director of all time.
Ed Wood was also allowed free rein on Crossroad Avenger, the gripping tale of the Tucson Kid, a gunslinging insurance investigator.
Folks call me the Tucson Kid.
The insurance investigator?
That's about the size of it.
Nice one.
This wrenching tale of life and death in the early West was considered unsuitable for television. You be the judge.
Take it easy, old-timer. I'll get a doctor.
Ain't no use. Time for me to cash in my chips. I reckon I will find out about that activity at the Double D Ranch now. Get it going. Get it going, and don't stop until you've crossed the state line. So, ride on. Ride on.
No, Timer, I'm not riding. I'm going to stay here and find out what's going on at the Double D Ranch.
From Close Encounters of the Third Kind to Mr. Mom, Terry Garr charmed the world as the all-American mother who could make you feel good with a song and a hot meal.
Hot. I gotta get something to hold this. Whew.
But in Law and Order, she played a girl with a secret so shocking.
Look, you don't have to give me the business, you know.
A past so unthinkably lurid.
You can't be anything but what you are and what you always have been.
That even a top New York cop like Darren McGavin couldn't bring himself to utter its name.
What? Prostitutes.
Winners and losers. The thrill and suspense of real people in real life making the decisions that can make them or break them. All in an instant.
See how fast your mind works on Quick as a Flash, starring Bill Collins.
Anyone watching Quick as a Flash because of the title was bound to be disappointed. Celebrity contestant Boris Karloff finally got the answer right. But if this had been Jeopardy, the buzzer would have cut him off ages before he got to it.
Karloff, what do you say, Mr. Karloff, on behalf of you and your partner?
I'm going to take a wild shot at it. Mad Dogs.
Mad Dogs.
Invisible. And Boiling Point.
Boiling Point, yes, all those things were mentioned.
Could that be Louis Pasteur being investigated?
It could be, for $35 to your partner and $35 to the...
It's up to you. It's up to you.
Each week on It's Up to You, that charismatic gang, the Junior Achievers, would present their ingenious product ideas to America.
Our product this year was a barbecue shelf to hook on the side of your barbecue to save all your busy little housewives numerous steps to the kitchen.
The concept for this show was simple.
Now let's see, panel, if you can discover which of our guests, Mr. X or Mr. Y, is the businessman. The other is a top television and movie star.
Looks like the deck was stacked in favor of the Junior Achievers on this one.
Mr. Y, could you please tell me the advantage of a corporation over, say, a partnership or a single proprietorship?
Did you understand that, Mr. Y?
Welcome to television's intriguing new game of strategy, Silent Partners.
We're not sure what the concept for this show was, but there was dancing aplenty.
This is the only living creature that I love, because I can't change him. I have to let him be just what he is, a born killer.
The incomparable Betty Davis was Madam Sin, who operated her very own secret global intelligence agency in a quest to conquer the world. With state-of-the-art technology at her fingertips, Madam Sin was equally adept at hijacking nuclear submarines for tyrannical dictators.
How would you like your submarine, gentlemen? Gift wrapped?
As she was at providing love and support for wayward children.
I found that girl at the age of 12 in the back room of an Asian brothel. For years after I found her, she was insane. Then I discovered the means to erase those memories and implant new ones. So today she believes she started her life here with music and with love.
Had this show been picked up, each new episode would have seen Madam Sin move one step closer towards ruling the world.
It's beautiful, isn't it?
The British royal family have lived there for centuries. I suspect the present queen has become quite attached to it.
Find out when her lease expires.
When we come back, science fiction, the supernatural, and a show-stopping musical extravaganza that is nothing short of surreal.
Forward in the fast, take 2 steps back. That's how you make the donut hole.
You're watching Brilliant but Cancelled. Only in December, only on Trio. We're back with Brilliant but Cancelled. Only in December, only on Trio.
Science fiction and fantasy have always been popular on television. And in the magical land of unsold pilots, there live some of the wildest adventures you've never experienced. So, let us now take a journey into the fantastic, the nightmarish, the futuristic. Worlds where only the imagination dares venture.
While saving a turtle from almost certain death, mild-mannered schoolteacher Eric Smith was nearly crushed by a charging locomotive when suddenly he found within himself previously untapped powers. When suddenly he discovered he was the man with the power.
What I'm about to tell you is known to no other person on Earth.
But Eric soon found out that his paranormal powers had a simple, rational explanation. His father was an alien.
He was here for 5 years, and he did his job. But during that time, he met a young woman, and he fell in love. And Contrary to all his orders, they got married, and they had a child.
With the help of his mentor, Agent Walter Bloom, Eric gradually learned to control these telekinetic powers. It all culminated when Eric moved a wagon, much to their mutual delight.
Terrific!
Are you satisfied, Eric Smith?
Hardly. I've just begun.
Had this gone to series, Eric would have aided the government as a secret agent. In North Star, BJ and the Bears' Greg Evigan plays Major Jack North, an astronaut who, when zapped by a solar disturbance, gains superhuman powers and a superhuman mind, triggered by sunlight. However, too much sunlight without the protection of special sunglasses will make him explode. Jack North also became a secret agent, so chances are, had he gone to series, he would have run into Eric Smith, the man with the power, had he also gone to series. When Nick Conrad, a kindly physics professor, is paralyzed by marauding hitmen, he constructs a special suit that turns him into his superhuman alter ego, Exo-Man. Exo-Man's main crime-fighting tactic was psychological terror. He never actually touched a hair on his enemies' heads. All he had to do was show up.
And weird as it is, television gets even weirder.
And weird was never weirder than when New York psychiatrist Dr. Stephen Strange entered the psychedelic tunnel of light to the fourth dimension in Doctor Strange. Stanley Kubrick might have pioneered this effect in 2001: A Space Odyssey, but only Doctor Strange dared bring it to television.
You should learn whose powers to respect.
The Strange Doctor's chief adversary was medieval villainess Morgan Le Fay, who entered the realm of the present day to bear down her wrath of destruction by direct orders from Godzilla in his first and only speaking role.
Beg me to destroy you, Morgan. Pray to me for death.
This cannot be! I am Kali, goddess of destruction. I am Lilith, queen of demons, end of the flesh. And I am Ishtar, bloody Ishtar, and I am Morgan!
Yak, yak, yak.
Without your 5 clans as part of my alliance, the Bardrigian dynasty will eat us all.
Oscar winner and airport movie perennial George Kennedy played King Brachus, father of young Prince Turan in The Archer, Fugitive from the Empire.
Find Lazarsa.
When Brachus is killed, the young prince is forced to flee his mystical empire when the vile, power-hungry Gar, the Destroyer, frames him for the crime. Turan, brandishing his magical bow and arrow, wanders the world accompanied by Slant the Gambler and Estra the Sensuous Enchantress in search of the wizard who can give him his throne before the monstrous forces of Gar entrap them. Or something like that. And if this had become a series, each week viewers would have joined Mathis, Jen, Ghana, Gorin, Gada, Arus, Cerise, and the rest of the tribe for a whole lot of prehistoric fun, as only Cro-Magnon man can deliver. And 100,000 years later, meet Dr. Simon Shane, 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 and 8 more Dr. Simon Shanes in Clone Master.
I'm working on some very sophisticated cloning experiments, but working on cloning and being a clone are 2 different things.
This sensitive examination of the complex identity problems all clones must face would have dealt with the specific tribulations of a different Dr. Simon Shane each week.
You're a clone. I'm Simon Shane. So am I. So are we all. I'm Simon Shane. I'm not a clone.
Leonard Nimoy stars as Tom Kovac, a hotshot race car driver who, after being injured in a crash, acquires amazing psychic abilities that throw him into a telepathic tailspin of extrasensory confusion.
Did it seem you were dead for a moment?
I don't know. I guess you might say I was...
All right, okay.
True to Mr. Spock, Kovac attempts to find a logical reason for his puzzling predicament.
I could have stepped into my shower, slipped on a cake of soap, hit my head on the tiles, and crawled out half-conscious.
But this answer does not suffice, and Kovac remains baffled. Had this gone to series, he too would have been a government agent like Jack North and the man with the power.
Sir, there is a potential client on screen 4, and I know
that if you give me a chance, sir, I can deliver his soul.
The fiery underworld was never cooler than when Rat Packer's Sammy Davis Jr. went straight to hell as one of Satan's minions in Poor Devil. And Lucifer was played by none other than horror movie legend Christopher Lee.
And hell has no better prospect than a good man scorned.
And now for something totally out there, Shangri-La Plaza, a musical about the lives and loves of people who work at a Los Angeles mini mall.
Mercedes and ladies, don't hand you maybes. You got the wheels, they shine.
You gotta wait for that special one.
Georgie, you're gonna wait till it falls off. Get a light.
In Shangri-La Plaza, everyone had something to sing about, whether it was the trials and tribulations of finding the perfect mate or making the perfect donut.
You take a pound of sugar and you add a couple logs. You want Geneva's recipe, it really isn't hard. A couple of bags of flour, devil's on the shelf. And if you lose a fingernail, well, what the hell?
This show captured both the beat of the street and the bravado of Broadway.
She take the wheel and drive a man crazy.
Wait over.
So tell me why I gotta have her. Don't tell me I can't really care. Don't tell me I can't really care. This time.
Eat your heart out.
So, what does this all mean? Well, every year Hollywood churns out hundreds of ideas in the hopes of creating the next hit series. But the reality is, most of them end up here. Don't feel too badly, though. These valiant attempts are a necessary part of television's creative process. If you don't dig, you'll never strike gold.
Will you knock it off? You're scaring the sucker fish.
Thanks for joining us, everyone. Good night.